Hello. So we are on day two, I guess. I skipped a couple days to binge watch TV and just relax because it is spring break. So this is my working day two. And I'm actually going to get the carrots and beets in this bed here that I was showing you from before. I have my shovel ready and I have our seeds. So we have our beets. I have two packs of the beets and I have a couple variety of the carrots here. So yeah, I'm gonna prop up this phone camera deal and we will get started. So I'm gonna start by just breaking the dirt. This bed has been empty for a while. What I'm doing is I'm breaking the first, I guess, top section of this dirt just to break it up because both carrots and beets are root vegetables, so they need a nice loose soil to grow in. Otherwise, you'll get those like misshapen carrots or the carrots that look like they're walking away from you. And I mean, they're still edible, but they're not that pretty, picture perfect carrots. So just break up the dirt so it has a nice loose area to grow straight down and not, crooked, avoiding lumps and rocks that would be in your soil. So to this bed, it's compost, peat moss, and some organic mulch that's local to the area. And right here, I'm just kind of sorting, like trying to feel by hand if there's any lumps or like large things that need to be broken down. I could easily have done this with a tool, but I just like to feel the dirt. I like to like feel it with my hand to see if there's anything there. All right, so now these are the beets that I planted in the block holes around the collard green bed, and they aren't really doing that well. These were planted at the same time as the other beets that are in that carrot and beets bed, so I just don't think they have enough space, or they're just not getting what they need in this area. So I'm going to transplant them over to the other bed. When you're transplanting something like this wasn't in a pot, this is actually just in the ground or in this block hole. You want to be careful not to damage the roots. So you see I'm like carefully trying to pull this apart without ripping any roots because you can actually feel if you're going to rip the roots. So I got this out pretty carefully, and this one had a really long tap root. You guys see this root right here? This was a tap root. This is the root that goes the deepest down into the ground, and it really like absorbs the most nutrients and the most water for that plant to grow. Both carrots, beets, and like all the rooting vegetables have really intact tap roots because they're the important one that helps it produce that food. So I'm just going to go ahead and take up all of these beets that I have here. With these were easier to pull up. And I can keep some of the like native dirt around them. This one actually doesn't look too bad, so I'm going to leave it there. Around here on the other side, there's just a couple here that I'm going to take up. And I will move these all over to right in that section there. So here in transplanting, you want to get a hole that is much bigger than the size of your plant. With the original soil intact, you want to put the entire thing in the ground and backfill around it. Once you get that area covered, you want to push down and make sure the dirt around it is compact so that plant can get well adjusted and settled into its new spot. And I'm just going to repeat this process for all of the other beets that I'm transplanting over into this area. Moving right along, we have our carrots. I have the Scarlet Nance, which is the typical carrot that you see in the grocery stores. It's a really traditional one. We have the Danvers Half Long, which is the only variety I've successfully grown. I've grown that one about 3 years in a row. And we have the Red Cord Chantenay, which I've never grown before, but it sounds cool. So, and then we have our beets. These are the really basic. They're called the Detroit beets, which is the one that I have planted already. I'm just going to finish off the bed with that same variety of beet. And this is what the seed looks like. So now a good rule of thumb when you're planting seeds is the smaller the seed, the more shallow you plant it. So you don't really need to bury really small seeds. So these, I'm barely sprinkling mulch back over them just to kind of keep them in place so they don't scatter too much. And with carrot seeds, I literally sprinkle them like seasoning. That's what I say. I sprinkle carrot seeds like seasoning. So you lightly season your soil with carrot seeds, and you don't bury. I don't bury them at all. I know maybe some people do, but I don't. I've had really good success without burying my carrot seeds. And here I'm just alternating the pattern. So you have beets, and then right after that I have carrots. Another section of beets, another section of carrots. And for the carrots, each section I do is a different package of seeds, so I can see how each variety grows and kind of compare and contrast which ones I like and which ones I probably won't grow again. And then after all your seeds are planted, you water well. Our temperatures are rising again, so watering is going to be really, really important in these next coming weeks. We're getting into like the 90s already. And that little bare patch I showed in the last video that I said I was going to sprinkle seeds there, I did sprinkle seeds there like a week ago, and they're starting to spring up now. So I can see I have little baby carrots coming in that'll fill in that little bare patch I have in that very first patch of carrots that I have in this bed. So pretty soon this first section will be completely full of carrots. And this beet, with my root vegetables, I always peek to see what's going on underneath the surface. It's almost like a kid peeking into their Christmas presents before Christmas. So I get to look and see what this is doing underground, and look at the size of that already. Like, it's not time to harvest yet, but it has a pretty good size on it already. Super exciting. And then I cover it up like I never peeked. Foliage on these carrots is nice. I actually saw in a video that beets leaves have the flavor of beets, so people actually like cook with them and use them in smoothies. I may give that a try. So here I'm just kind of refreshing the soil I have in these block holes here. This is just compost and peat moss that I have in this bucket, so I'm just gonna kind of add this in as a refresher because the soil in these block holes is from last year and it's pretty depleted. So each block hole get a scoop or so of this new dirt just to kind of refresh it and revive it, because I'm going to plant sunflowers in these block holes. Now these sunflowers will be dual purpose. One, they will be aesthetically pleasing, so they'll be really pretty. They will bring bees to my garden, which are super important. You need your pollinators. And they're also chicken food. So during the summer, as like a boredom buster, I'll be able to chop off a sunflower and just give it to chickens, and they have fun. I hang it in the coop upside down, and they have fun pecking at it and I mean, they just have a ball. It's also another source of protein for them as well. So the sunflowers I'm growing is going to be the mammoth variety, and this is from seeds I saved from 2020. It's the last few seeds I have from 2020. I'm trying to use like my older seeds first. So I'll empty out this pack, filling in every other block hole, going all the way down. Now my plan here with this every other block hole is maybe a month into their growth, I'm going to go in and fill in the other block hole with another sunflower seed, so that when I am done harvesting this batch right here, the next batch will be starting to come up, and I'll have succession planted my sunflower, so I have like 2 harvests out of the one area. Or at least that's the plan. We'll see how it works out. And then you water in again. Something I've been doing in preparation for this, like I knew I was going to plant this bed out, I just didn't know when, is the past like 2 weeks I've been watering this bed even though it was empty, just so it wasn't bone dry when I got over to it. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed watching me in the garden. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and until next time, bye.